All right, let's get started. So today's lesson is constructing inscribed squares. The directions say, construct a circle at the origin with a radius of 5 units. Construct an inscribed square. What is the side length of the square? All right, so let's go ahead. What I've done is I've plotted 2 points. One of them is at 0, 0. One of them is at 5, 0. And that gives me that would give me a radius of 5 units. So if we were to count this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we draw a circle through that, so I can start at the origin here, and then I can just click to B. There we go. Now we have a circle that has a radius of 5 units and it's centered at the origin. So very nice. All right, for this next part, I'm going to hide B because I don't want B to change ever in this problem. So I'm going to click up here on these, this one's show and hide object. I'm just going to hide B. That way I can't click on it anymore. All right, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the graph here. Let me click back over here to move. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to show axis. I'm going to remove the axes and I will no grid. So I want to just see a plain old circle. And now our job is to inscribe a square in here. So I want a square to come and be placed right here on these, like kind of in these 4 points right here. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna want to do is I want to cut this circle in half. So let's grab the line tool and let's click on A and draw any, I don't care where we drop this, but let's drop a point in here. Let's say, like for instance, that point. That looks pretty good. So there's a point, and now you can see the circle is being cut in half. And let's place a point over here. And now we have C and we have D. And then let's hide this line. Okay, because it gets kind of messy if you keep putting things onto your screen. So I'm just going to hide the line now. And now you can see I have this point right here, C and D. I have these 2 points here. Now all we would need is another point up here on this section and another point down here, and that would give me 4 points that are equally spaced out or along the circle, and then we would be able to create a square right through that. All right, so let's go ahead. So how do we figure out, I want to point like right here through here. So before I do that, I'm gonna draw a segment just so we can see something that we're used to. So there's a diameter of the circle. Now, if you can think back to some of the terms that we used before, if we can make the perpendicular bisector, so if we can cut this in half, so bisect it, and make it perpendicular, that would end up right around here somewhere and down here, and then we would have 4 points that are equally spaced out. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember how to make a perpendicular bisector. Once you have your segment, click on one point, stretch it out to the point C, click on C, stretch it out to point D, and then let's zoom out a little bit, and voila, that looks beautiful. This intersection point is going to be very important for us right now. All right, we're very close to wrapping this up, so let's go ahead and let's grab the line tool again one more time. Let's connect on this intersection point, this one right here, and you can see now we have, oh, there's my 2 points. So this is the point I'm looking for right here. This is the 1G was what I was looking for, and then this point right here. And then I'm going to hide everything else so you can see it. So I'm going to hide the 2 circles that were intersecting, so hide those. I'm also going to hide the perpendicular line, so the perpendicular bisector. I don't need to see F anymore. I don't need to see E anymore. And actually, I don't need to see the diameter anymore. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. And there we go. So like I said before, all we needed, look at that, so nice. So we have 4 points along the circle, and they're equally spaced out. It looks like this side, this arc is the same size as the one next to it. And I can move it around too, so I can move this around. Very nice. And let's wrap this problem up right now, and let's create that square that we said. So I'm going to use the segment tool. I will connect each one of these points. There we go. And let's take the measuring tool, and what do we know about squares? We know that the angles must be right angles. So let's go ahead and remember how to measure with GeoGebra. You just click on 3 and oh, there's a 90 degrees. There's a 90 degrees. Let's click on this vertex, and there's another one, and that is looking pretty nice right there. I'm going to hide some stuff right now. So I'm going to, let's use this one, show and hide labels. I don't want to see those anymore. Those are just getting in my way. They're bugging me. I don't want to see that anymore either. So I'm just hiding all the labels. But now look how nice this is. That looks like a perfect square right there. So we have 4 right angles. The other thing we should check right now is, are the sides the same length? Well, let's just check it. So we have the distance tool. So if we click on this, oh, that is 7.07. Let's click on that one, 7.07, 7.07, and 7.07. So it seems like it's a square to me. All sides are the same size. We have 4 right angles in there. And voila, let's go see if we can answer the question now. So I'm going to go ahead and read the question one more time. Construct a circle at the origin. Well, it was at the origin, had a radius of 5 units. I can still check real quick. Let's check and see if that radius is still 5 units. So when I click on A to H, and let's get a measurement, it's still 5 units. So we're looking pretty good there. So we've constructed a circle. It was at the origin, and it has a radius of 5 units. We've constructed the inscribed square now. So we have a square inside of the circle. Perfect. So the question is, what's the side length of the square? So how long is the side? Well, this one is 7.07, so I would just enter that one. Later on in your assignments, the question will change to what is the perimeter. So when they just ask you what's the side length, that's pretty simple. We'll just look at the side length and say, okay, it's 7.07. But if they say perimeter, remember perimeter is around an object. So if I ask you what the perimeter of the square is, well, it's going to be this distance plus this one and that one. So really just use your calculator over here, and we're just going to figure out 4 times 7.07, and the answer is 28.28. All right, so just pay attention to the question. If the question asks you what's the length of the side, then we can figure out the side length. If the question changes to what's the perimeter, then we're gonna need to figure out one side length and multiply by 4. All right, good luck on your assignments, and I'll see you guys soon.